Hey, this is Mark from What Comes Next, and today what I'm going to do is give you the seat cover replacement for a 95 Harley Davidson Electric Glide. And what I have on my bike, which is the 95 Electric Glide, I have the 9-button seat covers. You can see there's 5 on the front, 4 on the rear, and these buttons are placed in not so pleasant areas on the older style bikes. And I'm going to replace it with a sport style seat cover, very similar to the Comfort Stitch on the newer Electric Glides. And I got this seat cover from June's Upholstery in Michigan. Mr. June was very helpful in providing some guidance. And what we're going to do is take this cover off, and then we're going to work on that new cover. June's also supplied some additional foam, as you can see there with the cover. I don't know that I'm going to use that, but I'm certainly going to take some of the tips that I learned from Mr. June on his video, and we'll go from there. So as you can see, I have the seat flipped over. This is, again, off of a 95. My understanding is 1995 and 1996 Electric Glides. The seat pan is shaped differently than the 97 and up models. So we're going to work on taking these staples off all the way around the perimeter. And this is original seat cover, and it's going to take a little time to get those off. So as soon as I get those off, we'll be right back. As you can see, there must be 100 staples around here, and I'm trying to do my very best to protect the factory OEM cover. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but you can see all around here there's tons and tons of staples. So I'm doing my best to take them out nice and easy so as to not rip the cover, and then I'll circle back around with you. Well, I hope you can see that I got all the staples out along the edges. Can be a little bit challenging. I had to use a screwdriver that would pop it up and then pull the rest of the staple out with a pair of pliers. You can see I tried to use a little bit of care to not tear up the seat cover any more than it was already going to be, and I will bring it back to you as soon as I have the cover off. I thought that I would show you the number of staples that they put in this thing. I don't know if the people got paid by the staple, but there's probably 100 staples or 150 staples in this thing. As you can see here, I have the seat pan loosened up. I can remove the entire seat pan, which is going to reveal the bottom of the foam. This is the bottom of the seat. And the 9 buttons, I should say, have a string, and it has a piece on here that goes through a plastic washer, and on the other side it has the button itself. So you're going to have to work that. You're going to have to push down on the plastic, turn this little rod, and push that back down through the hole, and you're going to have to do that 9 times. You can see back here that same situation on the back, on the passenger section. So I'm going to work these out, and I'm going to get the plastic off the seat foam, and then I'm going to be able to have a better idea what kind of condition the foam is in. We'll take a look at it, and we'll be back. What this does is goes through the plastic, and the plastic holds it from pulling back through the foam. So we're going to set this aside. You can see the the production year, 8 of 95, so that would get right along with the motorcycle. And as you can see here, I have the foam. This is the original foam. You might be thinking, well, why do I need this plastic all over this? Well, it's really for two reasons. One, helps keep the foam dry because, you can see some spots where it's discolored, where there's been a little bit of rust on that foam right there. But also, it helps to slide the upholstery over. So when I put the new cover on, I may just use this plastic, and that's going to help that cover slide onto the foam a little bit easier. So I'm going to slide this plastic off, so let's see what we got under here. A little tough to do this with one hand. So it looks as if it's got an extra piece of foam on here. I don't know if this is just a smoothing foam. It doesn't seem like it's in really bad shape. Underneath is much firmer. This is very thin. You can see that it's glued on here. I may end up ripping this off. This foam here, this darker colored foam, is much more firm. And Mr. June sent along some fresh 1/2-inch foam, and what that'll do is that'll cover up, that'll smooth this out, and then we won't even see these buttonholes. So if we didn't use some fresh foam on the top here, we would be able to see these buttonholes through the new upholstery cover once we get it on. So I'm going to likely just take this off, just rip this off, and see what we're looking at here. Alright everybody, so I have this pulled off here. You can see underneath, I tried to take some care so it wasn't going to damage the thick foam that's underneath here. Okay. But you can see that, it takes pretty good effort to get that off. So, and you can see that this is not very thick at all. I don't know, this is maybe a 1/4 inch or 3/8 thick maybe. Nah, probably 1/4 inch. And it's old, it's 1995 era. So I have this off as well. Likely what I will do is I will use these as a template for the new foam that's over here, and we'll get that cut and ready to apply. I have one seat, right? We got one cushion, so that's for your backrest and whatnot. Let's take a look at this underneath here and see what it looks like. Okay, so you can really see where the seat pan fits in there. There's not a whole heck of a lot to it, and some of this foam isn't in the best of shape. This is probably where they put all of the staple holes, as you can see, all the way around here. So we're going to do the best I can with this. And we're going to put that new cover on here. And we'll put this plastic back on, and we will use that to to pull our cover back over nice and easy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this foam cut, and then I will be back.
This is the first page.
All right, so you can see that I got the foam cut on there for the seat. I'm going to slip on that plastic, and then we're going to take a look at how we're going to get the seat cover on. So in my particular model, I had to drill 2 holes through the bottom of the seat pan because there were not any holes there, because this is a quick stitch or comfort stitch seat cover. So I had to drill 2 holes, and I used a metal coat hanger to push up through the foam, grab the string that was there, and pull that back down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the string to the bottom of the seat pan so it doesn't pull out until I get the front positioned. Before you really even get too far along, you're going to put your seat in that box. I just cut a hole here for a hair dryer. I put my seat in there, stuck my hair dryer in there on high for about 20 minutes. And what that does is that gets this upholstery nice and pliable, and it was much easier to be able to pull around the seat pan. So you're going to work from the center. You're going to tuck everything in the center. You're going to pull everything around to the back. Alright, so this is the final outcome. I think it turned out really well. You can see that the comfort stitch seats are right in here. And they had some loops in the bottom that you pulled some strings through. And you pulled those snug once you got through the foam. Let me flip this over. You can see that, it goes in through here. All right. So once you got it pulled across here, you just staple the edges as neatly as you can. You're going to need one of these electric staplers. This happens to just be a Stanley, and I got 1/4 inch long staples. And you're just going to work those right on up the edge. You can see this being a 1995 to 96 seat pan. I had to drill a couple of holes in here to be able to pull the strings through for the comfort stitch. And Mr. June said you just pull those strings down through here, and then just pinch your staples in there, and that'll hold it in place. And that is not the most pretty job, but it does give a very nice look to the seat. And I'm pretty happy with the way that this, because my old seat, wasn't perfect either, but I think this turned out really nice. So I appreciate you watching. This is Mark from What Comes Next, and I would ask that you would please subscribe, and we'll try to keep the content coming. So the cycle weather here in Pennsylvania is getting nice, and we're going to be doing some more updates and some more do-it-yourself things to the Harley Davidson Electroglide. So again, this is Mark at What Comes Next. Thanks for watching.